Hello. How can we learn anything with Mr. Tackpans? He colors his face. He wears dark glasses. He puts on a winter hat in his house. He's got eagles and paintings all over, designs on the floors and the walls. He takes a shower. He looks up and he sees ID. I wish I looked down and said IUD, but I don't see nothing down there. Why I'm coming on here right now is because I want to show you part of my next piece that I'm working on, and they always grow. And they grow and they grow, and sometimes I never get to the end of one piece until I've messed you all up. And I'm really sorry for this. I'm trying my best. When it all began, I didn't know train tracks became pair of sixes, until I started to grab the dice and get to the casino, and somebody goes, "Let's go, boxcars!" He says, "Boxcars," and I'm figuring, it's a six, and I'm thinking, I says, "Oh, must be the train tracks." Boxcars. Why are they box cars? When you put one this way and you put one on the outside this way, you box them in. There's no march to the center. The march to the center only happens on the one dice. You get 7. Do you understand? The 2 dice is created inside the 3 dice. Only the 4 dice becomes different, where the 1 dice and the 4 dice come together to make the 5 dice. So that would be the first dice in the first stop. Would be 4 and 5. The next dice would be 5, and at the same time, where's that 6? Is 6. Why? Because on your keyboard, okay, where is that? Seems like my whole screen disappeared. On your keyboard, if you take a look, the numbers are there. They're the same on my keyboard as your keyboard, as everybody's keyboard. Don't you see the star in between the numbers right here? 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars? Otherwise, it's a 5-star. It's in the center, and this star here would take all these individual spaces. Okay? D, E, E, F, 9, 11. 7, 8, 9 plus 9, 8, 7 is 1776. Wait a second. 2 and 4, 24th letter. 2 and 4. 2 and 6, 26th letter. One says dog, the other says cat. Somehow I get to the pound key, and I think the 9 lives of the cat are inside, but I can't find it. Why? Because in the center of the pound key, there's 4 walls, and only one number gets in, and it's a 5. Part of that 5, I only drew 2 zeros, but don't you see the I that's between the 2? Makes up the I of the 2 sides. It's like carrying something under your arms. You ever see the fleur-de-lis? It's like carrying something in front of your arms. And there's many designs that can tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories at a time. Let's see where we're going to go next. We're just going to jump around and come back. Anybody go to Poulet Frit, Kentucky? It means Kentucky Fried Chicken. Well, JFK is the 10th letter. 10, 6, and 11 equals 27. Every time you see a 0, we add a 6 to make it basic. We got 33. When we go to PFK, 16, 6, and 11th letter, we got 33, the same thing. We use the P here, we use the J here. J, K, H, R, before and after the consonants. If we go 1 times 6, 1 plus 6, we get 7 and 6. We get 42, then we get 55. 55 and 55 makes your 110 over here. 6 by 16 is 96, and 66 is 69666. PFK. The piano. What the hexagon does is it covers all the spaces. Here's your 11. These little lines, those are all your 11s. Which way the train tracks are going. Which way the train is going. 5 and 6 on the dice is a winner when you play craps, and the opposite of 5 and 6 is 1 and 2. And you lose. How quaint. They made it all up in one dice. They told you some of the rules of the game, what happens, and you already know how it happened. Because you know things are opposite of each other. If you want to go for a wing, you go here and then here. Or you take it this way, you go here and you go here. I don't care where it stops. You can stop me wherever you want. Whatever it is, it's going to be a total of 7 up and down and 14 around. That's 21. You do that twice, you got a couple of moons coming on by. So now if you want, here's another thing I wanted to speak about. J, jackheaven, A and H, and R, 10 and 8, 108. 47 by 23 is 1081. Venus. And who's 55? Venus, Jupiter. 81 and 10 is 91. 91, 19. The difference is 72 is 9. The difference is 72 is Hitler. The difference is 7 times 2, 7 plus 2 equals 23. 23 is your creation. That's how we can get it. Is that a fine point? Did I say that right? Is that okay? Because I'm supposed to be perfect here because, oh, it was a lousy video. Oh, try my best to give you the information. I don't know how pertinent the information will be to each and every one, an individual that I give you. But if you want to know what I'm trying to get to at the end, to show you that there is a matrix system, okay, we're not alone here. Whatever is happening on Earth, there are those who are in the higher echelons of the connection of what I can say is the death, which is Department of the Galactic, whatever it's called, matrix system. So this is your 9, and this is your 10. You have 19. All of a sudden, it's Mars and Earth. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 gives you your 7. Why? Because you see, George is not Jack. George would be G. Plus 3 would be C equals 10, or Jesus Christ. They have to match Torah. Torah's the bull. It's got the 2 horns on it, the Torah. And then they turn it together. They wind up the bull and they open it up and they read and they try to see the 613 laws of Moses and the 613 points we score in football every single weekend. Where else are we going to go with this? This is the Jupiter road. Imagine if I made this a long road. This is one side. Let's say call this. You see, I'm always working, you see, on Saturn and Mars, but I'm usually supposed to be working on Earth over here and Mars, in which the way it can be is, A, we're both connected to Jupiter, or these two are connected to Saturn, and then there's another set of 2s, you know, like cherries, that are connected on the other side. And one of the reasons for that is that when you take out the dice cube, now that I have the dice cube, the 4 is all separated. But in order to create that, it had to start this way. They're not on the same side. They're not above each other. They're crisscross from each other. So the 2 create your 4, and then you put it inside the 5. So the only thing you ever get to roll, really, is you play with 5 and you play with 6, and that's it. You play 4, 5, and 6, 9, 11, that's it. Either you're using your mind or you're not. The other thing is to understand, where do we get number 47 from? This corner here. The Y, we're talking about how X and Y works. Well, Y works, we use 3 numbers. When X works, we use 4 numbers. We use this 4, then this 4, then this 4, then this 4. Oh, it's a whole bunch of combinations. It doesn't end until all the numbers are done. That's how you got here. The end result is your growth. We grow, we keep growing that number, and it's called the days of our life. I'm 58, so that number is now 8,165, 68. Man of the earth, man on the moon. So now we go, 2 times 3 is 6, times 6 is 36, plus 9, and 2, 9, 11, equals 47. 47 is time. We can't use 1, because that's the spirit. We need the earth time, by 2, times 2, of 3. 2 times 3 and 2 plus 3 equals 5 and 6. 5 and 6 has everything to do with the comet. 5 and 6, if you go to 50, 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 5 and 6. 1, 4, and 7, 2 and 3, 5 and 6, creating 8 and 9 are in between. 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. 8 and 9. After 7 stops the piano from A and G. The gateway, the door, the passage. A 57, my friends, is only the octagon, dead center, position 5, overlapped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, into the 7th position where there are 4. 7, 4. The doggone world, 7 and 4. You want to calculate it? 6.66 billion people came into the world. They said it around the year 2000. Y2K. Now I forgot the rest. So I have to flip over the book and see it again. Or rewind the video. So now, how do we get to the year 2000? How did we get to the dog? Yes. We take the dog pound, which has got 9 areas in which the center one is all blocked off. We take the 6.66 billion of the people, and don't forget, 6.66 billion, what's your sperm count? You know what I'm saying? Women, maybe something a little bit different, because they work with Venus when man works at Mars. Time out. So we take the 6.6 billion, and we divide it by the size of a diamond in the rough, which is the age of a dog compared to the man's life, 7.4, which in the geometrical scale, the tree of life, the center between 1 and 36, totaling 666 when you add up 1 to 36, the center, which is the 5 position of the position we speak about, in which the Magen David is the 7 position, 7557, 7557. Ask me a question about it, and I'll tell you, and I'll find an answer if I don't know it. I'll build it out of something. All the blocks are there. I just have to find the right blocks. So we take and we go 5. Next 5 is 14. Next 5 is 23. Next 5 is 32. Add them up. It's 74. 7 months of 31 days. 70 and 21. 7 by 10 is 70. 7 by 3. What was I saying? 13 and 31 days. Oh yeah, so it's 7 by 31 is 217. 2 times 17 is 34. Earth and Mars again. So we have 7 in the center of the Magen David. 7 on the left and 7 on the right. Plus the distance in between, what is created. Now I won't add it up for you because I probably can't add it up. So what we're going to get back to is now that we have the size of the diamond, 7.4, and the dog, 7.4, and the center of the gematria scale, 0.4, and TIME, 20, 9, 13, and 5 equals 47. The T, because of the T, you must add on 6 more because of man. T06. So you now have 47, which is for time, you have 53. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5, equals 35. 8 times 5, 8 plus 5. 3 and 5 creates the 8 ball and the 15 ball, 8 and 6. Isn't that what man needs? He lives as 6 in the 8 world, and then when he hits in the 8 ball, his life is over. He had 8 and 6 is 14. 14, 14, 14, 14. 52, the number of Earth. 5 and 2 is 7. Where was I? The 9 lives of the cat. Jesus, J-E-S-U-S, J-U-J-E-S-U-S, 74. C-R-O-S-S, 74. How far do you want to go? 7 times 4 is 28, 28 days in February, plus the single 1 digit, because even if you multiply by the 1, nothing's going to happen but itself. So that makes the 29th day in February. 3 times 3 is 9, by 3 is 27, by 3 is Venus. So this, like I said in the other one, connect 3 of 4, connect 3 of 4. Connect to this side 3 of 4, connect to this side 3 of 4. Connecting 8 of 8, which is 7 of 8, and 7 of 8. Do you understand why? Because there's always one that's not being connected every time you connect something. There's always one left out. So we did these numbers over here. 47. Then we went over here and we added on this cross leg. And when we add on the cross leg, boom, we're at 180 degrees. Because of the 0 over here, I'll add on the 16, it'll make 196, or add to the 0, 186, and like I told you, man's in the dog pound. 196 is the total, plus 6 is 202. There are 4 parts, equals 808 of your playing cards. 0 always equals 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 plus 2 is 8. The same thing for both sides. We get 2020. 43 times 47, which is this side of time, equals to the year 2021. The year 2014 is this time. Why? Because the 6 ball and the 14 ball are 8 apart, and it makes the 14 of 20. The same reason we read 2020, 2021. If we take 5775 and we multiply it, and we divide it by 123 times 47 equals 5781, which is Isan,
which is the moon, and which is Venus. It also connects to Jupiter because every time you have a 9, you've connected yourself to Jupiter. So we have that equation, where is it, 2020? 2O and 2O makes 26, 26, because O is always 6. Once you got that, either you got 40 for the game, 26 plus 26, or 8 plus 8, or 88, which is the piano. 26 and 26 is 52, and we're back to the expression of Earth, 7 and 9. Equals to our creation. 3 by 6 is 18. 18 to 63 is 45. 1 to 9 added up equals 45, and that's your birth. We're going to add on one more. We're going to add on over here. 784. The Mars project. Because we entered Mars, Uranus, and Neptune to this, the calculation at the end, that's right, is jail. Man's jail for his mind. Uranus, Mercury, body and mind. Man has entered into the jail. If you go down here and use the numbers a little bit quicker, 4 by 5 is 20. Okay, 4 and 5, 7 and 8. 4 by 5 is 20. Where am I? 4 by 5 is 20. Plus, times 7 times 8 equals 56. Again, we're back to the comet. Times 20 equals 1120 plus 24 equals 1126 total. Has anybody ever seen this on the clock? You go buy an item at a place, and all of a sudden this is on the clock. 26 and 11, because there's a digital in between, equals 37. Ison. Man's spirit, Pluto and Mercury. The doghouse that we're in. Then by coincidence, okay, 1120 plus 24, 1144. Now isn't that a coincidence, eh? 1144. Plus 6 equals 1150. 0 equals 6 becomes 1156. Plus 11, we have the spirit of 67. Take away 11, we have 45. Between 45 and 67 is 22. 2 times 2 is 4, and that's your life. 4, Mars. You need the 4 because 4 is in everything. 4 is on the 5 dice, 4 is on the 6 dice. Your 4, here's your 4, and here's your 5. Same thing, right? Here's your 6. Same thing. 4 is in the 4, 5, and 6. The difference between the 4, 5, and 6 of the 4 is you got 4, 8, and 12. The 5 is 1 difference is 13, and the 6 is 2 difference is 14, 15. There's a difference, excuse me, of 1 and 2, making it 3 from 12. 12 of 4, 4, and 4, and each one make 12. 1 and 2 is 3, and there's a difference of 1 and 2. One of the differences that it is, this is the one, in the both of them that are the difference, is this single dot here, and it's missing the single dot here, but it's got the 2 on the outside, making each one a different 1 and 2 from each other. In fact, this 1 and 2, when you put it together to create the 3 difference, you are creating the difference of, let me show you on paper. I'm going to show you on paper. Hold it. I keep making that same mistake. Okay. Here. See this one over here? This is the one. This can go in between here, but it'll be a cross 3. The same way you see the cross 3 on the dice. But the actual other 3 is when you take the dice and you turn it on that angle. And now you have the 2 missing parts. But they're missing by the flat. Do you understand? They're missing in between here, in the center here. So this would automatically stick out from your dice. You see the point? See the point? Now you know that's where your train tracks are. Train tracks under, train tracks over. There's something else that I figured out. I wasn't sure what it was. I mean, I'm a little bit, I don't know who's going to get this deep into the video anyways. More things about ISON. Oh, 9/11. Oh, I got to do another video. I got to do another video. Just Raphael 7286. You know what? Do me a favor. If you want to continue watching me, whoever you are, shut off the radio or shut off the TV. Don't ever watch anything else. Just watch everything so you can catch up to what you haven't, I don't like to say learnt. But the only reason I'm actually saying this is because
there's so much information at different points of the video. It's like if you watch for 5 minutes, you don't pick up anything. Nobody really has time to. How much TV can you watch? I do hour and hour and hour a day, and every single one is particular with the information, even if I do repeat, especially with 47 and 94 and the number for the planet and the days of the moon, and even 9/11. I mean, I have something on 9/11 that's really like freaky. All these numbers are like freaky. And another thing that if you use number 47 and you end up getting 55 Jupiter, don't forget they say there's two 55s. So once you get 55 and you get the 47, you have 102 Valentines. If you take 47 and 35, you have 82, which is time heaven, the measurement of the moon. If you take 55 and 75, you got 31. Now that's what it's all about next year. Those are the numbers for next year. I'm stopping this video. I couldn't really say anything that great unless you're interested in anything that I have to say. And I hope I didn't offend anybody, but it's just a real hard show. I can hear myself. I see what I'm doing. I know when it's very good. I know when it's a little sloppy. That's the way it is. I'm alone. I'm working alone. I've been alone. And boom. We won't be alone too much longer. We've got less than a year to go before I believe that the knowledge that I have and the way I'm capable of playing with the numbers, that everybody will be able to play the same game. Thank you for watching. I'll no longer be unique.